So if you take a full breath down there, the stomach can do nothing but come out, but I don't want the upper chest to come up. So when you practice this, you must practice it where you get really good at just filling out that 60% of air down here first, even if you didn't take any air up here. But then a diaphragmatic breath uses both. So now what we're going to do is we're going to breathe down here first and then take in the air up here. So a full diaphragmatic breath, you can do a count of 3 down here and a count of 3 up here. So let's do these counts. Here we go. Try one more. Now here. How many of you feel just a little more relaxed just doing that alone? It doesn't take more than 10 to 20 seconds. So you could put someone on hold, you could step away from a situation, you give just a moment, and get control of your breath. But you have to be able to do it with the diaphragmatic breathing to calm yourself, because if you just do this, you will just pass out, and it will not be successful at calming. The second step is that dropping those emotions down. Once you catch your breath, you also have to analyze the situation. They pushed my buttons. Did they intend to push my buttons? Why would they intend to push my buttons? If you don't know, you would have to ask for more information. Do not act on assumptions. Because if you act on an assumption, especially if it's based on your emotions, it probably will be incorrect. So ask questions. Such as if you were driving in a car and somebody commented on your driving. What could you say to that person? Yeah, who do you see driving? Do you want to drive? Well, and it could be that the suggestions that they're giving could be helpful suggestions. Maybe you might be driving a little bit fast. Maybe you might be in the wrong lane. But you could always take a breath. If you knew that and they just didn't know that you knew that, you could just say, oh, I'm aware of that, but thank you. And you could let it go. But you have to be able to stay calm, because will they see things their way? And will they think that their way is probably the best way for a situation, even if you're the one doing it? So could you be calm and collected and just realize they just see it differently than I? Now we may have to communicate with them how I see it, if they see it differently from me, so that we can sort of be on the same page. But to be able to communicate, do I have to be calm first?
Yes.
And if their emotions are high, how many of you have ever had in these situations where their emotions are high, can they listen to you? No. So then the next thing you have to do is not only get your emotions under control, but then what? You've got to get theirs under control. There is a little bit of magic you can use here to get somebody to bring their emotions down instantly to get more of what you want. Does anybody know what you could do if they think the way they see it is right and your way is wrong? They want to make us wrong. That's what pushes our buttons. Because we get defensive. Our fight and flight is when people push our buttons, we either run away, we don't say anything, of course that's going to build up in anger and stress, or we fight back. Right? Because you don't have the right to tell me I'm wrong. That's how we hear it. Now, could it be that you may not be wrong and they may not be wrong either? That their way could work well for them, your way could work well for you. Of course, who's doing it? If I'm the one doing it, if it was my boss, I would like them to see how I'm doing it, to give them the confidence that I know what I'm doing. That means I have to build this relationship, because the better the relationship you have with them, the more likely they're going to think the best of the situation. But if they think you're wrong, the quickest way to bring someone's emotions down when their emotions are high is to agree with them. Because do they think they are right? So you're not agreeing that you're wrong. What are you agreeing? That their way of doing it could work as well. Would they calm down and be more open to seeing how you see it at that point? So one of the quickest ways to bring someone else's emotions down is you find a way to agree with them. That does not necessarily mean that they are right 100%. Like when someone's really angry, do they think they have the right to be angry and use that kind of language at you? Like a customer. Have you ever had a customer call you and scream at you? Do they think they have the right to say that to you? When I teach customer service, well, you're the customer service rep. You're the one who could give them what they want. Do you want to give them what they want when they're screaming at you, when they're angry? But they think they have the right to be. So the first thing you could do that might calm them down before you could even talk is, first of all, take some breaths. Do that stop, drop, and roll. Take a few breaths. Now, are they angry? Are they angry at you? What are they angry at? They're angry at the situation, but they're taking it out on you. What if you had the ability to stay calm in this situation and realize they're just trying to hurt your feelings just the way those little children would? If you ever had kids, have you ever had those little kids who want to do what's the most hurtful thing they can say to a parent? I hate you. So they try to say the most hurtful thing because they want it to wound. Now most parents go, oh, you just don't know what you're talking about. But what if you were the parent who goes, oh, after all I do for you? You took it seriously. But you realize they're not serious about it. They're just angry, lashing out. So what if you were to let them lash a little bit? Okay. And now I've had enough of it, okay? So look, I understand you're angry. If I didn't get what I wanted, I probably could be just as angry as that. I certainly could understand why you would feel that way. Do you think they would be more likely to calm down? All people want as social beings, because we're not only intelligent, we're social, is they just want to be valued. They want their opinion to be valued. Does this help in business? If you can value that customer, that person you want to sell to, if you can show them that you have valued them as a customer, value their ideas, are they more willing to listen to your ideas? So if you have the ability to control your emotions and not get hurt, because they can't really hurt your feelings. They can push your buttons. Sometimes they mean to, most times they don't. It's an assumption we make based on misinformation we have because of our intelligence. But then calm yourself down, ask questions, and even if they meant to push your buttons, they may have had a reason to feel that way. Ask some more questions. And maybe if they feel they have the right to be angry, the right to be resentful, you might find out, well, what did they think happened? What did they think I said? Well, if that's what I would have said, or if that's what I would have meant, I probably could understand you responding that way. I think actually that wasn't what I intended. So and of course, what's the first thing they're going to want to do if they think that I'm wrong? What do they want me to do? Admit it and apologize and correct it. So, and of course, I can correct it because whose fault is it for miscommunicating? They may have heard it wrong, but who should have made sure the communication was clear? So I can always apologize for that. If I've miscommunicated, I do apologize. Let's see if we can start over. Do you think they'd be more willing then to listen to you and get better results? So emotional intelligence is the ability to get control of your emotions and realize that when your buttons are pushed, whether they were meant to be pushed or not, it's usually how you're responding and the assumptions you're making that are often what's getting you into hot water. And if you can calm yourself down by that three-step method, which is stop, drop those emotions down before you roll with what you're going to proceed to do, you get better results in your life. And that's going to help you better in your business, it's going to help you better in your relationships, and better in your communication, which is what articulate business is all about. Thank you.